So, in case you didn't realize, Tony, Jenny, I did run into them. We're heading off to see San Juan, so. But you can really appreciate just how large this ship is when you're sitting beside her. When you're getting on the dock in Miami, you're kind of already 5 decks up, so you don't really see how high this is. But she's a pretty big ship. I was just telling Tony, see,
what's up, everybody?
Tony and I are exploring. Jenny's staying at the ship, not feeling her best right now. But I just told Tony, any place that's a walled city. You guys know I just absolutely love the architecture, and I just love the old world feeling. I'm kind of a Napoleonic era history buff.
It's a great fortification. Nobody's climbing.
No one's going up that wall. Well, I actually, in my younger days, I might have been able to do it, but definitely not these days. So what do you think of San Juan so far, Tony?
It's really cool. I mean, we're only a block off of the port, and of course, the cruise ships dominate, which is one of my favorite things anyways. We got the MSC Seaside right in front of us, but there's like 3 ships in port today.
Yeah, we got the Equinox.
There's a Viking ship and an NCL ship.
The Gem is in town, yeah.
The Gem, the Viking, and of course our Seaside.
Yeah, and just take a look at this. Look at the design. It kind of looks really narrow in the front. The ship is actually quite large. It's just the initial design in the beginning and the end. It's kind of made to look like the Miami skyline. But it's definitely the biggest ship in port. Say hello. Hey. Hey.
Is there a place with sun all year round and pina coladas with pretty faces and sand on the ground? I want to stop this ongoing train before I lose my mind and go insane. I don't want to sleep every night.
So this is not even the main fort in San Juan, but just look how long it goes. This isn't the one you see from the coast. So I'm curious, here's where I was last time. Remember on my excursion, they dropped us off and basically an hour of shopping and a 2-hour tour. Wasn't real happy with that. There wasn't a lot of shopping to do at the time, but all the vendors, there's no vendors left. This was full of vendors last time I was here, and nobody said, oh, I can get a drink up here, and no, I can't. So, interesting. Mayor's house is still sitting there looking beautiful, as always, all fenced off. But, well, he hasn't invited me in for drinks yet, but I'm sure he will at some point.
I don't want to sleep every night. I want to light a spark in the dark. I don't want to say I'm okay, living the same every day. Come run beside me, let's take off. Let's leave this place for another place. Oh, maybe all we need is difference. It's hard at this speed to see anything. Just tell me what you need and I'll listen. I'll listen. When we get there, we'll throw a big feast with pina coladas
kind of see this being romantic if you're with your loved one, Tony. And I'm kind of fond of you.
That's true.
But I don't think it's quite the same thing.
I don't think it's quite the same.
But people seem to love it. Look, everyone's coming down and getting their pictures done, and every single person walking down here is posing in the middle, looking for the best place to get their selfies.
This must be the Instagram spot.
So it's very popular. I'll remember this, I guess. It looks like people have found their favorite beverages and are indulging. This is probably the biggest crowdedest place I've seen in Puerto Rico so far. Oh, I gotta say this, Angelina, there's a cat. There's two cats. This is for my niece, by the way. She always says I have to say hi to the cats. So I'm saying hi to the cats, but they're not saying hi to me. So being a non-drinker, as you can see, I came down, there's this little secret area. You come around from a shopping area, you come down an alleyway, and it turns left. And it looks, well, you know, all right. This is a nice place to come and that, but then you come over here and take a look at the cruise ships back here.
Oh, maybe all we need is difference. It's hard at this speed to see anything. Just tell me what you need and I'll listen.
So Tony and I have been walking up and down the street looking for senior frogs, but like they must hide their place because it can't be very obvious. I mean, we walked up and down this street forever. I mean, there's just like there's so many shops. It's almost impossible to figure out where Senior Frogs is. So I guess I can't shop there today. All kidding aside, Senior Frogs is jammed. Look, the conga line's going inside. Can you see it through the window? People are having a good time. So we got the Equinox here, and we got the Seaside here. I think I'm going to give the edge in size to the Seaside. So there you go. There's a little bit of San Juan where Tony and I get off, and we got to just walk around and explore because we arrived at night and not a lot of tours going on during the evening. So we walked around, we saw one of the old forts, we got to the old marketplace, even though the vendors were all gone. Maybe it's a daytime thing or maybe that was a seasonal thing. But last time I was there, it was just jam-packed with vendors of all kinds of stuff selling. And this time, there's nobody around. Now, there are stores all around that area, but I was just surprised that the market area was so empty at the time. But we got to head down to the Umbrella Street. We went off on some side roads and saw some beautiful views of the bay with the cruise ships all lined up in that gorgeous old sailing vessels, a three-master, and she just looked beautiful, all lit up at night. And I often wonder why some of the cruise lines don't do that. They tend to all have the white lights and everything and look crispy and clean and look really nice. I'm wondering why they also don't add like a colored light motif. So when you're in port at night, you could change the color and aura of the deck space and the outside of your ship, and maybe just that's another little attraction for people to look at when you're looking at the ships from a distance instead of them always just be mostly just gleaming white. But they are beautiful. San Juan was beautiful weather. We were getting off the ship. It rained for like 10 minutes. Light sprinkle, and then it was gorgeous the rest of the day. Can anyone explain to me that symbol of the Umbrella Street? When people were talking to me about it, and I was going, well, okay, this sounds interesting, all these umbrellas, and I kind of expected them to be like lit up and neon or something like spotlights on them, and basically they're just a whole pile of umbrellas strung up along the whole length of the street. And I really don't understand, but everyone was there getting pictures and trying to get their selfies like this, looking up at them, and it was really interesting to see, but I still don't know why it's there, if you know what I mean. Why is that there? Who thought of that? I might have to Google it and see if I can come up with some ideas. And then we just headed back to the ship. You can see Senior Frogs was absolutely hopping in the bar area. They were doing the conga line and the music was just blaring. One of the most popular places because it was right in front of all the ships docking. So there were 4 ships there at night. And that bar just had a drove of people. They were even lined up outside the street. So if you're looking for that kind of atmosphere, Senior Frogs right in front of the dock might be the perfect area for you to go. And yeah, so I had a pretty good first port. Not used to arriving in San Juan during the evening. Used to arriving around 7 a.m. So it was a different look for me. Same old places, same beautiful atmosphere. Felt completely safe walking around, even at night. And it was really fun to have Tony and Jenny and Tony to walk around with and have a chat with and see the parrots. We challenged each other to those parrots, and a lot of people are intimidated by their size and they're thinking the claws are going to dig into them, and they're very well trained. They just sit there and they might talk to you, they might dance a little bit up and down, but they were as gentle as can be, so I really wouldn't be worried about, posing with those parrots in the area. So it was fun to do, and it was $5 a person for that amount of time. You saw how long we were posing, both in my video and Tony's video on La Lida Loca. So we had a great time. They were really good. I kind of over-tipped them at the end because they were just so nice to us when we were there. They helped us. They held the cameras for us while we were posing. Tony was filming with my camera. They were holding his camera for him and filming. So they were really, really cooperative and willing to do everything they can to get the best pictures and the best videos for you and make sure you have some really good memories. So I highly recommend it if you're in San Juan. Go ahead for $5. Get the picture taken with the parrots. It's something you'll remember for a long time. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.